Hello everyone, my name is Emily. Today I'm going to read about learning math through art in a 2000 literacy. Johannesburg, South Africa. The world's renowned artist Esther Magallanu is beckoning the walls of Skateboard Discovery Center in Johannesburg, South Africa, with vibrantly colored circles, squares, cylinders, rectangles, and triangles. The exquisite murals created by Magallanu and other artists from the neighboring tribe aren't purely for artistic purpose. However, they are helping the Science Museum teach math to students from some of the country's most neglected schools. Complex patterns of lines, angles, and geometric figures, so prominent in the artwork, are familiar sights among the Nebula people, as the shapes typically adorn huts, gateway, and pillars in the South Africa tribe's homeland. Now the traditional artwork, with its remarkable symmetry and proportions, is helping the country's young people grasp a wide array of mathematical formulas found in geometry and trigonometry. For example, the lines and shapes of artwork helped students learn about the Pythagorean theorem, which describes the relationship between the three sides of a right-angled triangle. The theorem demonstrates that the square of a triangle's hypotenuse is equal to the sum and the squares of its other two sides. Many students remember the relationship as a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We have been learning about the patterns of mathematics, said 16 years old Shmango Vizakasati of the Netherlands tribe. The museum is augmenting mathematics lessons, not only for traditional Nebele paintings, but also with indigenous beadwork and architecture. For example, the Nebele's round hut, which is incorporated into lessons about circles and the relationship between circumferences and diameters. They're also used to help students envisage the details of exercise involving measurements and volume. We want to show where math applies in their lives, said Tani O'Hagan, the museum's education officer. We want to demonstrate that there is not an abstract connection between math and art, but a real connection. Esther Magallanu herself did not attend school and did not learn about the mathematical concepts that her artwork is helping young people to learn. Her knowledge of geometric figures comes from the traditional teaching and techniques passed down from generation to generation of her tribe. Magallanu's art has served her well through the years. The 73 years old artist's prodigious talent had taken all over the world to paint everything from poses to sneakers to airplanes and buildings. In 1991, she was asked to paint a BMW prototype as part of the company's arts collection, which included work by a multiplicity of other eminent artists, including Roy Lichtenstein and Andy Warhol. While painting has taken Magallanu far from home, she remains deeply attached to her Bucolic homeland. She is pleased to have the opportunity to share her passion for traditional artwork with young people. They will carry on the traditions so our art won't die, Magallanu said. Magallanu's legacy of traditional art stands in sharp contrast to another legacy passed from South Africa's young people: the painful vestiges of apartheid. The country's former policy of racial over-segregation officially ended in the 1990s, but the deep chances its created country education system persisted. Quality education is still largely reserved for whites and people of affluences, while people in pure neurastic areas attend school where the teachers receive insufficient resources and inadequate learning training. The museum hopes to take advantage of South Africa's rich cultural heritage to bridge the national racial gap. Prince Wolsey Magallanu from the Nebele tribe expressed this appropriation of the music created approach to improving the education of South Africa's young people. Let us not forget where we come from, said Prince Magalu, and let us use our forefathers' teachings to better our future. The Associated Press contributed to the story. Now I'm going to make definitions. So, indigenous means that native or particular country, region, other places. Bucolic means that has to do with the country or countryside, country life, like that. Contrariety means a state being different or contrast. Penurious means that impoverishes or poorly supplied and lacking resources. And appropriation means that official approval or sanction. This is the end of reading and making definitions of learning math through art. And thank you everyone to listen to me speak today. My name is Emmy. Thank you for listening.